What is up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Just a Fun Guy. This is Just a Fun Guy Coins. And it looks like I'm recording at night, but you can actually see through my one window, it's still daytime. And I wish you could see how much it is blowing and raining and storming out there. It's 3:12 in the afternoon, and it's been raining like a car wash for about an hour now. And we're expecting 70-mile-an-hour winds, so fun times. And on top of that, I'm traveling to my grandma's later, so that's going to be a fun ride to my grandma's. But either way, forget about the weather, forget about everything outside. I want to focus on today's video and a couple of announcements. First thing, I'm no longer on TikTok. I decided I just wasn't feeling it. I got tired of it, so I deleted my TikTok account. So if you look for Just a Fun Guy Coins on TikTok, I'm no longer on there. And second, the more observant viewers will see that I retaped my map on the background. I've been meaning to retape it for about 3 years now, so it's a long time coming. Let's just put it that way. And on to my video. And if you can't tell by the thumbnail, I'm going to be talking about my second most valuable, my second favorite collection other than coins, my Matchbox cars. I'm not going to take my camera and give you an initial zoom of all the Matchbox cars that I have because my thumbnail does that pretty well. But what I am going to do is get started, and I don't necessarily have a set order on how I'm going to talk about these, but like all my videos, I'm just going to wing it. No script, no planning, just winging it. So let's get to it. Alright. Like I said, I really don't have a set list on what I'm going to show you first. But the first thing I pulled out is one that I kind of have a memory of, is the school bus. I have not been on a school bus in half a decade, so it kind of brings back memories of going to school and graduating high school. And I've been on buses before, but being on a school bus going to school, it's been a couple years. And speaking of a couple years, actually we're going on a decade and a half now. That was when I was in kindergarten, about 15 or 16 years ago. And I took this as a show and tell to my kindergarten one year. That's just one of those little distinct memories I have of it. I don't know what else happened that day, and I don't even think I remember what anybody else brought. But I remember that particular school bus I took to my kindergarten show and tell. This minivan here, I used to think looked just like the minivan my mom had when I was little. We had, back when I first got this, a 98 Ford Windstar. I'll pop up an image right here. And I used to think this vehicle looked just like it. But it's a Mercedes-Benz 430 wagon. So nowadays, I'm much older, my brain's more developed. I know these two were nothing alike. But it kind of looked like a minivan to me, and that was pretty funny. And, oh, hitchy nose. And, alright. Let's see, the third one I remember playing with the most when I was little is this white 5-alarm fire truck. Now, 5-alarm fires, serious business. And, oh, they're some of the most serious fires firemen can attend to, but I got this 5-alarm fire. I always thought the bigger the alarm fire truck, the better. I also have this fire truck that was cast. You can tell they were casted from the same mold, but painted different colors. And that's what's cool about these two, is they're both from Matchbox. and they're both from the same time period. I think maybe 1990, yeah, 1999, actually 99, actually. And I'll set this down and show you some similarities between the two. Oh, next up is one of my favorites nowadays, the Oscar Meyer Wienermobile. Now, I've never been in a Wienermobile or driven one of them, but this is definitely a bucket list item, is to either ride in a Wienermobile or drive one. Which, I don't know if you have to have a special trade-in to drive a giant hot dog. I'm not sure, but that would be one thing to look into. One more I'll take a look at right now is this is a Hot Wheels Spoiler Sport from 1976. This is one of the oldest vehicles I have in my collection. And not only did I play with this as a child, my dad played with this one as a child as well. This is a Matchbox car from his childhood, and he gave it to me when I was a child. And now it's sitting in my collection. And this one was made in 1976, and he's probably had it since 1976. So this is definitely one of the oldest and one of the coolest Matchbox cars I have in my collection. Okay. Next one on the list is it's actually one of those, it's a scale, like a 1 to 60 some odd scale. If I had a better lighting, I could actually, it says Ford Mustang scale, 1/64th scale. A 2010 Ford Mustang. Nothing too special about it. Don't really have a lot of history with that one. Oh, and I got more cars my feet are hiding. I'm not going to show my feet on camera, at least not on purpose. If I do, no comments about my feet. There's another one that I wanted to show you that I just can't seem to find. Oh. Not sitting on it. Oh, yes I am. This one here. It's an old purple farm truck. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus on this thing. Not really. It wants to focus on my face. The cool thing about this purple farm truck is all the paint that's chipped off of it. It was made in 2000, and it's a cheap made in China car, and of course the paint's gonna chip off of it, and of course there was probably lead paint being made in China, but I'm still here, so it makes it look like a farm truck that's had a million miles put on it. This one here I found an even older car in my collection, 1967. Another car. Not sure where this one came from. One of my favorite Matchbox cars now is one of this Excavator back wheel loader, and it's actually it's a 1979, so it's just as old as the other ones that I've shown you. So there should be another one that I used to play with all the time. Actually, I'll pull out a few that I used to mess around with more than often. I had a period where I smashed half of them because I liked breaking stuff, and there's a few that I wish I didn't that I did, and then there was a few that I did that I'm glad I did. So a lot of them thank goodness they weren't worth that much, but I kept most of the Matchbox ones, if not all the Matchbox brand ones. And then if it's not a Matchbox, it's a Hot Wheels. This one's a H2O Patrol water tank. And the use of these, let's say there's a house fire, and there's no fire hydrants anymore, they call in the water truck. I like the wheels on this one. Kind of remind me of the old Dodge Ram pickup trucks with their wheels that look just like that. I gotta pull up a picture right here of what they used to look like. And it's interesting, I really don't have much of a story for a lot of these. I gotta think of ones that I used to play with or have stories with, because a lot of these I just pull out of my collection, put in the shoebox, because they're old or they're a name brand and they're going to be worth a lot, if not already. So that's why I have most of these. Unlike my coins, I don't have stories for a lot of these. They're just fun to play with, fun to look at, and I'm going to show you one or two more. So if I showed you all of them, I'd be here for an hour, and I don't want the video to be that long, so I'll cut to the next car right now. Just when I thought it didn't have any more stories and any more cars, I found this. This is a radio flyer wagon with an engine in it. It is probably one of my favorite and one of the most hilarious Hot Wheels vehicles that I have. It is a radio flyer wagon with a big combustible engine in it. Probably the two separate, not so dangerous. The two together could probably kill you if you're not careful. It's so funny. There was a car show that I used to go to. It actually happened around my birthday. And sometimes on my birthday, I'd go to my aunt's house to celebrate it because she was like 5 minutes away from the park that used to host it. And there was a radio flyer wagon, a life-size model of what I used to have with that, used to be there, and it looked just like the vehicle, just like what I showed you, and that was absolutely hilarious. And I actually missed that car show a little bit. The person who was in charge of it actually passed away unexpectedly this year. So I don't know if there's ever going to be another one of them car shows. If there was, I'd take you along, but probably not. I'll miss it, but there'll be other car shows to go to, I assume. Being that we're getting over the pandemic and people are starting to get back to normal, but politics and all that aside, I just want to wrap it up here. My name is Just a Fun Guy. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and hit that bell icon. Until next time, I'm out of focus, and let's see you next time. I'm out.